Hello, here's Kramer's Corner with daily technical update on the forex market, and I will throw in the gold and silver spot also, and of course interest rates and cryptocurrencies. So let's start with the euro dollar as usual. Yesterday it spiked higher to just the 118, just a few pips below it, and just a few pips below the 786 retracement, and then it retraced again. I think it will still push higher in the coming days and weeks, but it is really struggling for momentum. So 118 is a key resistance or key level that should be observed. We are still above the support here. We are above the cloud as for now. We have positive sentiment. We should crawl higher, and also looking at the weekly chart, we are above the cloud here, above 55 weekly moving average. We are above this previous trend line here, so I kept it, and that's interesting to watch that it is testing it from the other side. So I think eventually we will see euro dollar pushing higher, but it just lacks momentum really at the moment. Sterling dollar also spiked higher yesterday. I didn't take out the peak there from the 1st of May, but still we are in a bullish trend. All moving averages rising, 55 kind of scooting off the 200 moving average here, which could be proved to be a strong signal. It didn't get below it as it is now, at least. Key support here at 135 and a quarter, 134 and a quarter. That's a bit of far away here. I think we'll still see a sterling dollar higher, also given the fact that on the weekly we are above the cloud, we are above moving average with positive sentiment on the RSI, indicating likely higher levels. 86 on the on euro sterling is still the key support area down here. But you will see the thin market early in Asian trading does show in these candles here, where market opened lower, but it is quite a thin market really. So around 86, you can see it dipped a little bit below here to 85.90, a little bit lower. That is still the key area. You can also see it on the weekly, the 200 moving average just below the 86. So that is really key. If it takes out that to the downside, then we are looking at 85, possibly lower, but 85 could be in the cards with the 100 moving average coming up here, giving it some support. Yen pairs, well, what can you say about yen pairs? It is really hard when you have a player that has deep pockets like the Japanese central bank of Japan. So yesterday they intervened again and dipped it below the 155.5 support, but bounced back. So still in the cloud, quite interestingly, still in the cloud, closing in the cloud, and also now trading in the cloud. But it is still very political, obviously. So they have kind of taken the free market out of it, and it seems like they're sending a message. They say they will intervene when or if the yen comes out of a range in the 158 and 155 area, and I think they're quite happy about placing it somewhere here for now. So we could see it range bound in this wide range here for quite some time. So let's see what it can do. However, if it takes out to the upper side, 158 here, well, then it could crawl back to above the cloud, above the 55 moving average, and trying to push higher towards 160. But again, if they are happy to intervene again, then be careful. Same picture on the euro yen, obviously. Dipped even lower yesterday to just above 182, where they smashed it lower. So also here they have really deep pockets. So what I will do, I'll put a horizontal line there. That was the lows from yesterday and the peak from yesterday, and that might be the range. I think they are quite happy in the 183, 184 range there, and it could be that the euro yen pair will basically just be trading in this range here for quite some time, and they will try to keep it there. So let's see. But if it breaks out of these ranges there, well, then we are looking at 186 and a quarter possibly, and down to 188 area. Aussie yen, more calm, well, a little spikes here yesterday, but still in the range around 113, 114, and that I think they will also be quite happy about keeping that range here for the next for the foreseeable future, down to 111 and up to around 115. So that Aussie yen could be caught in that range. Same picture here on the sterling yen, between 214 and a quarter and 210.40 down here, possibly down to 209.60 support. So I think they're quite content with 211, 212, 213 area here for quite some time. Aussie dollar, well, of course I have to say that the dollar yen, it is the main one that they are focusing on. That, so I think that's dollar yen and euro yen where they're doing most of the activity. The Aussie dollar spiked higher above 138.2 projection yesterday, sitting back a little bit overnight, but I think it will crawl higher in the coming days and weeks. We are in a bullish trend, and a 73 is still possible, and also even up to 73 and a half area. Dollar Canada bouncing here. Could we get it back up to 137? It is possible, unless it takes out the lows there just around 135, 40, 50 area. Then we will see it down lower to the 134 and a half, 134. But let's see. I think we're in a bouncing mode. The RSI is indicating a downtrend exhaustion just short term, and we could see it bouncing a little bit. But key strong resistance up here at 137.15. Euro Swiss, well, not really doing much. We are still disregarding that area there. 91.20, 91 and a quarter support. I think it will hold for quite some time, and we are still stuck in this range here. The dollar Swiss support here in the 77.5, 77.65, and we could bounce a little bit. But the trend is bearish, the 200 pushing down, the 100 pushing down. We are below the cloud, negative sentiment. I think we will see a push lower here, and that will be key towards this area here for a break lower towards 76.50 possibly. But we are not really there yet, but keep an eye on it. I think it will be a struggle to establish a bullish trend. The dollar index. Dollar index below the cloud, spiked lower yesterday, and we are in a bearish trend, negative sentiment. I think eventually it will push down to 96.5 area down here, where we have some support. You see this kinds of I wouldn't say consolidation area, but we had this correction area here. So in this region around 96.5, we could see it on the medium term. Short to medium term, and if we're looking at the weekly, we can also see, well, it is below the cloud on the weekly, negative sentiment indicating lower levels. And let's have a look at the gold spot and silver spot, because they have been on the move the past few days. Bounced off the 50% retracement of this uptrend there. Bounced up to the 50% on the other side. I think we could see it up to the 61.8 at 47.42, possibly spiking up to the 786 retracement there at 48.07. But then we have the 55 moving average coming down. You can see what happened last time it touched it, got knocked down. We still have the 100 moving average slightly rising, but could also give it a hard time. And up here we have the upper part of cloud. So really some strong resistance around here. I think if we get up there, we'll see a setback, and still negative sentiment on the RSI. And let's see if RSI gets up to 64, so possibly, quite possibly, will be rejected. The silver spot. Silver spot has bounced to the 61.8 retracement at 78.40. I think we could see it bouncing further to the 786 retracement at 80 spot 45, where we then have the 100 moving average giving it a hard time. But for now, also the 55 giving a little bit of a hard time, but it seems like we could get a spike up there. And then I think we will see setting back unless, I mean, if it takes out the 83.05 peak here, then we have established a bullish trend. So that is something to keep an eye on. Will it do that? Then there's suddenly room up to $90 an ounce. But let's see, keep an eye on these levels there. Let's move on to the interest rates. There will be an update on both equity market, stock market, and also the commodities market a little bit later. So keep an eye on that. We have the US 10-year Treasury yield sitting back, taking back half of the uptrend there, or this bullish move there that reached a little bit above the 786 retracement. And it's not an exact science at all, so it's just in this region here sitting back. I think we could maybe see it sitting back further down to around 431 to 61.8 retracement, maybe even down to the 786 retracement here at 427, and then I think it will bounce. And if we are looking at the European yields, also sat back yesterday, opening unchanged this morning, but is sitting back. And what I will do, I will remove this one just for now, and then I'll add a Fibonacci to it so we can see some levels coming in there. And where are we? Well, we have taken back 50% of this uptrend there, as we can see. And I will also remove that one there because it's obsolete now. Sitting back, it could sit back further down to around 428, 427, which is the 786 retracement. And I think it will bounce. But let's see here. Could be decisive in the next few days. Oh, sorry, that was the again the US. I'm a little bit tired this morning. Sorry, it was a late night last night. Here we have the Euro 10-year. I was babbling a little bit. Sorry about that. I do apologize. Still in this range is here between 313 and 294, 90 level. So expect that range to be traded in. The UK government 10-year also sitting back, trading around. Yesterday closed around the 38.2 retracement there at 494. Could sit back further. We have the 50% just around here 490. So there is potential a little bit for a correction there after hitting the key resistance here at 410, 411. The Japanese 10-year, well, sitting back when market is back in motion. It has been closed and illiquid here in the past 2 days. Been closed with a bank holiday going on, bank holidays, I should say. Sitting back a little bit, and let's also add a Fibonacci just to that little push up there. Currently around the 38.2 retracement, could sit back a little bit further. On the crypto side, well, we have the Bitcoin spiked higher yesterday, above 82. Didn't get all the way up to 83, but very, very close to 82, 800 and a bit. Just below the 61.8 retracement. We are still in a bullish trend. I think we could crawl higher in the coming days. Ethereum trying to catch up, but can't really get its mojo back, and it's still 24.66. That is the key. So anyway, look out for a stock market update and a commodity update. And sorry about the US EU mix up there. Have a nice day and keep chatting out there.